Have you ever felt depleted of your time, physical motivation, or emotional energy? Is it difficult for you to stay productive, enjoying what each day has to offer? If your answers to any of those questions was yes, then I encourage you to keep listening. As someone who answered yes to every one of those questions myself, I have found that the key barrier to my success in these areas was a lack of boundaries in my life. Today, I want to share with you how I learned to set these boundaries to manage my time more effectively, maintain healthy relationships, and restore my energy on a daily basis. First, there are a few different kinds of boundaries that prove especially helpful during the season of life that we are in as college students. These include professional boundaries, time boundaries, and relational boundaries. First, let's address professional boundaries. In college, this may prove more difficult than your average workplace, but I have still found it helpful to compartmentalize my official responsibilities as a student, leader, and employee from my personal ones. For me, this meant giving 100% effort when I was there and then allowing myself the distance from my obligations when they were done for the day. Second, you have time boundaries. I use these boundaries to manage, prioritize, and protect my time as an individual. Understand how precious your time is and organize your day so that you have time set aside for productivity and obligations, but also for fellowship and rest. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, remains relational boundaries. These may be more fluid or solid depending on the nature of your relationships, but they are helpful when dealing with friendships, long term romantic relationships, roommates, mentors, and many others. Now, with a foundational understanding of these kinds of boundaries in hand, you must learn how they apply specifically to you along your path. To complete such an honest self assessment takes time, humility, and patience. Still, in order to achieve that healthier balance, this is an essential tool. In college, there often becomes a lack of structure, which leads to ambiguity, overcommitment, or honestly both. Because of this, you must be willing to stop and figure out where your limits exist as an employee, student, friend, individual, or whatever role it may be. Up to this point, boundaries may have been set by your parents, siblings, coaches, or teachers, but now really only you know what you need to find a healthier life balance, one that allows you both productivity and rest. To help you better understand what I mean, here's a personal example in which I use these tools of self assessment and boundary typing to improve my daily routine. When I first got to WU, there seemed like so much to do all of the time. I began to pack my schedule to the brim, somehow using each minute that I had to spare in a productive capacity. I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning and sprint through my day until my head hit the pillow at midnight. I had no margins in my time. I forfeited all of my hours to classes, clubs, obligations, workouts, ROTC, studying. I left no time for me. It was not until several weeks into the semester when I finally burned out and realized how exhausted I was and how miserable I had become. I had reached my limit and realized that I needed to start protecting my time. First, I sat down and decided what things were essential. Next, I no longer said yes to every time commitment that came my way. Instead, I organized blocks throughout my day for each of these essential things, but made sure to include intermittent breaks. I also set aside 1 hour each day to simply be, not to get work done, not to socialize, or to go from place to place, but to just be present and to be me. Just by making these few small decisions to set boundaries in my life and protect my time each day, my exhaustion decreased and my energy levels increased. I also started to let myself enjoy life again and use my time more wisely for both others and myself. Keep in mind the importance of setting boundaries in all areas of your life. A little honesty and structure can go a long way when balancing life's commitments. Believe me, I understand how confusing and hard it can be to figure out our limits as an individual, personally or professionally, let alone communicate them to the world. I hope that this video has provided you even a little clarity on this subject. It is okay to protect your resources, your relationships, and yourself. My goal today is to empower you with the knowledge that you can do this.